Pionnier du comique indépendant, Terry Moore est un scénariste et dessinateur américain qui débute sa carrière avec Stranger in Paradise. On y suit Kachu, une jeune femme indépendante et fantasque amoureuse de sa meilleure amie Francine. Mais un jour, elle fait la rencontre de David, prêt à tout pour gagner son cœur. Un trio va alors se former pour le meilleur et pour le pire. Véritable soap-opéra de la bande dessinée teintée d'un thriller haletant, elle sera récompensée du prix Einer de la meilleure série. Nous avons rencontré cet auteur passionnant et attachant pour une interview tout aussi passionnante et l'occasion de revenir sur sa série culte.
Hi, I'm Terry Moore and I'm an American cartoonist publishing through Delcourt.
Pourquoi ce choix de titre, Stranger in Paradise, étranger au paradis?
I wanted to write a love story, and the point of the story was that love is like paradise, but we're strangers, we don't know how to behave in love. So the original idea for the story was, here's all the damage we do in the name of love. And I don't know, I was compelled to write the story. I don't know why. I didn't know who was going to read it, so I was very surprised that anybody did.
Vous y parlez d'un sujet qui à l'époque était encore difficile à aborder, l'homosexualité. Pourriez-vous nous en dire plus?
Yeah, this was 1993. 93, 94, and yeah, it was as if I was gay and I was getting all the persecution and a lot of like hate mail and things, and I thought, oh, so this is what it's like. Just a little sample, and I thought, my gosh. But as the story went on and as people got to learn and know Francine and Kachu, they began to pull for them. They wanted them to be together and wanted them to be happy. So it restored my faith in human nature, because I got letters even from priests that said, this is not what we preach, but in reading your story, I really hope that Francine and Kachu get together.
Vos lecteurs sont souvent surpris quand ils vous rencontrent car ils pensent que l'auteur Terry Moore est une femme qui donc sait de quoi elle parle.
It's funny because in writing, they say write about what you know, but I was more compelled to write what I don't know, because I'm looking for the answer myself. And I think that's what it compelled me to keep going, to keep writing, because I'm searching. So I start the conversation, let's say I'm in the middle of the story, and I start the conversation, and I want to know how it turns out. But I'm like an actor. Once they start the scene, it's not me thinking, it's them. And so the writing comes, the dialogue comes, and things happen on the page as a cartoonist. And it's a very strange thing, you know, that I'm not like God. You will say this, you will say that. I just put them in the room, and then they start talking. And it's, for me, I'm like the audience sometimes. And so it's a lot of discovery for me. I found it very interesting to work.
D'ailleurs, dans notre trio d'amis, il y a David, le garçon au milieu des filles. Parlez-nous de la relation entre ces trois personnages, justement.
He's more like Switzerland or something. He's neutral, and he really is interested just in them as people. So he slowly, very slowly, earns their trust and friendship. And he's the one guy there. And in the story, you need David, because David is kind of like the closest thing to us. David is like the reader who gets to go into the room and be with them. Because Francine is so unique, Kachu is so different. David's very normal, like us. So with David, we get to go into the room and hear the conversation and see the feelings. So between the three of them, you have a very unusual triangle. And in the old world, it would be, Kachu would be a guy, the hero guy, and then Francine would be the girl, and then David would be the rival girl or the rival guy. But I didn't want to do that, so I took the love triangle and I just miscast it. And just, everybody take your script and pass it one actor to the right and now do it. And it's more interesting to me. This was back when the LGBT community was still behind doors. A lot of persecution and everything. And so it was a little bit rebellious to do the story, but I think the world needed it.
Vous intégrez énormément d'éléments et de références de notre monde dans celui de vos histoires, commençant souvent chaque chapitre par une citation. Expliquez-nous leur signification.
So it just helps make the world real, so that, you feel like you're there, a sense of place. That's something I learned in comic strips back when I was younger and just drawing comic strips. And I showed it to an editor one time, and the editor, the one criticism was, you have no sense of place. Where are they? What world do they live in? So from then on, I worked on that.
Pourquoi avoir décidé de revenir sur Stranger in Paradise 20 ans plus tard? Et surtout, pourquoi y avoir inclus tous les personnages de vos autres titres?
Because all the books that I've done, all the different series, they're all in the same universe. I call it the Terryverse. And in Strangers in Paradise 25, I bring them all together. All these characters interact and come together in Strangers in Paradise 25. So there was a real natural reason to do the story. I didn't just make it up. But there was unfinished business that started the story. So we have a real plot, but it pulls all the books together. I was very happy to make it. So now, instead of having 4 different series, I have 4 different sides of one epic story, one saga.
Sur ce, on retourne à notre lecture. Le Terryverse nous attend pour de nouvelles aventures.